Hey, this is Frank Yosa, CEO of Ketone, and you can email me directly, frank@ketoneaid.com, or try to hit me up on Facebook Messenger, or Instagram, actually. That's even better. So today I want to talk about an updated sleep protocol, and specifically for sports and professional sports. So I've spoken previously about the sleep protocol and using ketone esters immediately before bed. I know it's very counterintuitive. Why would you take something that creates energy right before bed? And honestly, we don't even know why it works, but if you look at our reviews on Amazon, you'll see about 50% of the reviews talk about sleep, just more deep sleep. You can also go to Instagram, see people that have posted their Oura Ring data. Here's my Oura Ring. My wedding ring is actually, it's a gold Oura Ring. So they posted 30, 40 minutes more deep sleep, and we don't know why it works. Is it placebo? Is it making you less likely to read your phone for another half an hour? I don't know, but people love it for that. And we found that they can take very, very small amounts, anywhere, for some people that are super sensitive, all the way down to 1 ml. So you have to get like a dropper full, and we do send you for free a green glass dropper bottle. You can take 1 ml, but most people will be between 2.5 and 5 mLs if you're not very active. Very active meaning, multiple hour workouts, professional athlete. So if you take too much, it will destroy your sleep. Somehow your brain starts turning on and kicking in, and it can really mess up your sleep. And I've made a mistake a few times, said, hey, I really want to get a good night's sleep tonight, so I'm going to go from my 5 mLs, I'm going to go to 7, I'm going to go to 10, and it doesn't work. You get a lighter sleep, and it's noticeably not better. But then Travis Christofferson, for example, he's the one that came up with the sleep idea. He will take 15 mLs and say, hey, Frank, I sleep like a baby. So it also matters whether you're keto or not. The more keto you are, the less you need. So I'm keto vegan for the most part, low carb. I don't do cheat days, but I do stay low carb, and 5 mLs, and sometimes I even go to half of 1 cap full of KE4. So about $1 to $2 worth per night. So, and females that are sensitive can go from 1 ml to half of a cap full. So here's a few things that are updated. If you've taken the ester multiple times throughout the day, say 10 mLs twice a day, you might not need any at night. There's a little bit of a cumulative effect. Even though technically ketones might be out of your blood, it's not so much about ketones being in your blood as it is potentially some sort of signal to the body. And again, we don't know yet. There's some papers coming out about ketone esters. Is it a signal molecule or is it energy? And the answer is both. So it has a cumulative effect, so watch out on that. You also don't want to take stuff after 6 or 7 p.m. because any amount, because it can give you a second wind, which is a little bit counter to the taking it immediately before bed. But we found that if you take it not a half an hour, not an hour, but 1 minute, or the last thing you do after reading a book, that's the best time to take it. It doesn't tend to get people up. One time my wife went keto, and then she kept her old quantity, and I came up and she was cleaning the closet, and I said, what's going on? And she's like, at midnight, she's like, I took too much ester. I didn't adjust it because I went keto, and now it was just too much. So back to the elite sport protocol. Tour de France teams will take as much as 50 mLs before bed, 50 mLs. So a huge quantity. If I took that on a regular day, it would mess me up. And whether you need 50 or whether you need 25, I don't know. There is a clinical trial where they took the equivalent of 50 mLs 3 times a day and simulated a multi-day, 15, 17-day Tour de France, 5 to 7 hours a day cycling, and the performance at the end was 15% better with the ketone group because of just recovery. But they took 50 mLs before bed. If you're new to taking it and you're a professional and you've never taken it before, I wouldn't take more than 20 mLs, but you better have had a 3, if not 5 to 7 hour day. You have to be completely zonked to be able to take that much. But some people move up to 50, and if you're already taking 50, I'd say try it a few times, at half that, 25, and see if you get the same benefit. I don't know, and everyone responds differently, but it also matters whether you've taken it during the day. So more is not always better. We had one doctor who teaches hundreds of people on recovery, and he was taking 50 mLs immediately after his workout, and I said, that's way too much. Take 20 mLs, and he found the exact same benefit, and I saved him, you know, $20, $10, $15 a day worth. He was just taking just way too much, found the same benefit. But again, it depends what your workout is and how wrecked you are. And we can have another video later about post-workout, how much to take and whether to split it up into 2 segments, because you don't want to necessarily take too much at once, because it can, you know, give you an energy spike and crash. There's ways to spread it out, but then there's a question of, do you take your protein smoothie afterward or not? But back to sleep. If you've never taken it before and you're a professional and you got a race this weekend, I would only take 5 mLs immediately before bed, because you haven't done a multi-hour ride, but the recovery is great. I'd also try to get it in, you know, 3 or 4 days before as well, in part because the night before, if you take 5 mLs, even if you take 1 ml, you might have this placebo effect of being worried, and that worried and stress about this new thing, you know, can mess you up. But if you have a 2 or 3 day event, take 5 mLs immediately before bed, you know, the night before. And then if you have a 2 day event that night, if you've never taken it before, you can go up to 15. Some people take 50, but I think that would be too risky. But I think you'd find some benefit at 15 ml without much risk. So that's it. That's the updated professional sports protocol. Let me know if you have any questions, and if you find out that a different quantity works, or they used to take 50 and then you started taking 25, let me know. But you know, I've had multiple teams say that, you know, their default protocol is the 50 mLs, and I'm dying to get feedback from one of them that have tried 25 to see if it works just as well. All right, thanks.